Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 60 of the 160 even of the FAB and Fearless Business Booster Shot Show. My name is Yinka. I'm a business strategist, a coach, a speaker, and an author, and I support women to create wealth in and through their businesses by helping them to focus on what matters most for the business, which is cash flow and strategy, and what matters most for the business owner, which is mindset and habits. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to this 160th episode of the Business Booster Shot Show, where each week at 1:30 p.m. UK time on a Wednesday, I come to you with a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business with one powerful truth and one actionable tip. And yes, ladies and gents, I am in festive and celebration mood. I'll tell you why in just a second. I'm going to hit them over there. Otherwise, like a child, I'm going to be highly distracted. But if you can see and hear me over on my YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook socials, feel free to jump into the chat and come and say hello. Hello, fabulous, incredible Stacey Casson. It is so awesome to have you here live on the Booster Shot Show. Thank you so much for joining me live today, fabulous lady. I appreciate you. And thank you for letting me know that LinkedIn is streaming as we wish it to do so. And so I'll just double check Facebook and YouTube, and then we are good to go. We are talking Cashflow Wobbles today, and we are in Balloon Celebration Fest, because over here in Cala HQ, Cashflow Towers, however you want to describe it. Hi, Sharon Hurley Hall. Thank you for letting me know that YouTube is doing the magic. I will check Facebook in a second. We are celebrating a birthday. Yes, we are celebrating a birthday. Hello, Jackie. Hi, Kath. Lovely to see you all. And thank you for rounding out my tech check. We now know that we are live and direct on all the places we are supposed to. So we are getting ready to rock and roll. Yes, ladies and gents, we have a birthday in the house. One of my tiny humans is not so tiny today. He has clocked another year around the sun, and God knows how incredibly grateful I am for every single cell, bone, everything in his body. This boy is, I say boy, he's not so much of a boy anymore. I'm being deliberately cryptic. I shall not be sharing his exact age, because that obviously puts his date of birth in the public domain. And damn those scammers, any bit of information they can get, they'll be on it. But yes, we are celebrating a birthday today. I also won't be sharing his name for the same reason. But yes, I am so grateful. I've been smiling so much. I've got that ache at the back of your ears you get from smiling too much. I have that right now. I can feel it. I'm so grateful for him. I am so excited to see this day. I am so incredibly humbled by everything that has transpired since he, came into our lives. And I'm so excited for everything that is to come. So I am wishing him a happy birthday, as is customary for me. Whenever any of my children are celebrating, I am absolutely, I'm bearing gifts. I really am. I'm bearing gifts. So I have a gift to share with you, which I will do before the end of the show. But I am in the best of all moods. So yeah, ladies and gents, come in the chat. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how you are feeling today. 10 is, wow, Yinka, things could not be any better. 1 is, Yinka, things could not be any worse. I'd love to know how you're doing. I want to know the scores on the doors as we begin to talk Cashflow Wobbles. But also, I really want to just transmit and transfer energy, life, love, and joy your way today. Whatever scores you are coming in with, it is absolutely my intention and focus to ensure that those scores are higher going out than they were when you came in. While you're there, feel free to tag a friend in business, tag an incredible woman seeking to make magic in the world today. And please let her know that we are live. Let the algorithms know that there's something of a little party up in here, so that she can either join us live if she's also online, or she can obviously come in and join us as part of Team #Replay. Right, ladies, we are talking Cashflow Wobbles. And the reason, we've got some good scores today, solid 8s and 7s. We love to see it. Well, cool. I'm a 10 today, so I'm definitely going to give you some of my 10 vibes. vibes. And I think this topic actually will. I know obviously Wobbles is like wobbly. It's not secure, it's not the best feeling. But I really wanted to talk about cash flow wobbles today because as a person who spends all of their time banging the cash flow drum and therefore pretty much might be like considered, an expert, someone who is working towards mastery. I also have cash flow wobbles, like spoiler alert. And I really want to be clear about that. I absolutely have cash flow wobbles. And cash flow wobbles are very common and very normal. And so I wanted to talk about them today because we are socialized into feeling ashamed for having them. And so we don't talk about them and then we give them power over us. And I'm not about that life today. So let me know in the chat if cash flow wobbles is a topic that seems of interest, is something that you can definitely relate to. If you have experienced or are experiencing your own cash flow wobbles, I'm going to tell you a little bit about mine, just so that you know you are not alone. And I'm going to give some real insights through that one powerful truth and one actionable tip that will hopefully help you to navigate your own cash flow wobbles in a slightly different way. So for some reason, the tech is now teching and I can't see any comments coming through. I'm just going to adjust my chair because I feel like I'm really low down on the screen. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to take a really split second. Just give me a sec. I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm much higher. So I'm really excited. So cash flow wobbles. Number one, everyone gets them. Like truly, every person gets them. People who are experts at cash, people who have loads of cash. People who have very little cash. Cash flow wobbles are a normal part of the human existence. And the reason why, and again, I just picked up by accident, but also on purpose, some of the comments that we're seeing here, that cash flow wobbles happen to all of us. And yet, ladies and gents who I know who are watching but doing so much more stealthily, don't you find that when you're in a wobble around the cash, you want to run and hide? You want to be quiet. You kind of want to cower and contract. And we go into that shame space. But literally every single person who is willing enough to be honest about it has cash flow wobbles. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm the person who's always talking about cash flow. And I want you to know that I have cash flow wobbles too. Yes, I do. Even though I have cash flow galore, even though I know how to bring cash in pretty much all in any day that I want. Even though I am a ninja when it comes to making money, I really am. It is literally one of my superpowers. And yet I still have cash flow wobbles. Now, I don't know how that makes you feel, but I was speaking to one of my cash flow coaches. Yes, I'm a cash flow coach that has a cash flow coach. And she was telling me about her cash flow wobbles. Like legit, she was also telling me about her own cash flow wobbles. So the reason why I'm saying this to you is because what I want to normalize the experience so that we can stop the habitual response. Because like I said, that habitual response is to feel embarrassed and to feel ashamed and to run away and to contract and to hide. And that does not serve you. It doesn't serve you. Nene's been there. Joan, lovely to see you. Thank you. Rock on in red is one of my my son's favorite colors. So, and because it's his birthday, I am honoring him today in the red. But yeah, ladies, like cash flow wobbles are as common as it's part of the human experience. And I want you to understand that because it's part of the human experience, A, it is normal. B, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And you might say, yeah, Yinka, but there are many things in the human experience that we probably should be ashamed of. And I'm like, yeah, what is common to human? Yes, we as women, we've been taught, shame around our bodies. But actually, are our bodies something to be ashamed of? No. Just because we have been taught that shame doesn't mean we have to own and keep that shame. And so that's the first thing I wanted to say. If you take nothing away from what I say today, please know that if you ever have a cash flow wobble, I want you to know that it is part of the human experience and everybody gets them. Even you, even me, even my cash flow coach, even my money coach, everyone has wobbles around the cash. Why? Because of the second point I wanted to give to you, which is cash flow wobbles are never about the cash flow. It's not about the money. I know people who have more money than I've ever known in the world, and they still have cash flow wobbles. And then there are people with no cash at all who also have cash flow wobbles. What does that tell you? Come in the chat for me. If people with lots of cash flow have wobbles and people who don't have a lot of cash flow have wobbles, what does that tell us about the wobble? It isn't about the amount of cash that's in the bank. It isn't about the the amount that we see there. That isn't what is causing the wobble. That isn't what is causing the wobble at all. It isn't the amount in your bank account that's going to cause you to start or to stop worrying about it. And that tells you something, ladies, because if you are having a wobble because you feel like you don't have enough cash, what I want you to know is that you can get more cash and still have wobbles, unless you do the work to deal with the wobble. I'm saying the word wobble a whole lot. And you know how many times when you say a word over and over again, your brain starts playing tricks on you in the word. My brain is playing a trick on me at the moment on the word wobble. But the reason I really want you to get this, ladies, is because we tolerate the wobble because we think that, oh, I have this because I don't have enough cash. It's my fault. I don't have enough cash. So when I get more cash, then I won't wobble so much. Lies. Oh, the lies. Absolutely lies. The fact is, ladies and gents, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much your cash flows. The wobbles are part of the human experience. The cash flow wobbles are not caused by the cash flow. The money wobbles are not caused by the money. So, what are they caused by? Stacey Casson, you're driving me in the comments. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby. What are they caused by? If they're not caused by the cash, they're not caused by the money, what are cash flow wobbles caused by? I love that. Jackie has said we have to do the inner work to deal with the wobbles, like fighting the FAB. I love that. Yep, ladies, put your hand up. Good. That's the answer. The answer to what causes the wobbles is you. You are causing the wobble. It's you. You can tell I'm in the silliest of moods today. I'm quite in the vibe for it, actually. I really am. But yes, ladies, the wobble doesn't come from the cash flow. The wobble comes from us. And more specifically, it comes from our perceptions and our beliefs. Our perceptions and our beliefs. Now, the one powerful truth, well, there are so many powerful truths that I could share that really help to really anchor the wobble. But the thing I want you to understand is the wobble comes when we tell ourselves a story about the cash and about ourselves that just ain't even true. And more specifically, wobbles come when we start treating money or cash as the source rather than a resource. And that's the powerful truth I really want you to anchor in today. As I get that flying thing out of my face. The wobble comes when you start treating cash as the source rather than a resource. What does that mean, Yinka? It means, what is the source? Now, for me as a Christian woman, my source is God. That is the source of everything that I believe, that I do, that I have. That is my belief, and that is what I know to be true. So God is my source. If you don't believe in God, then whatever the paradigm of your belief system is will be the source. Some of you say the universe, some of you say self, call it whatever you want. But what does source mean? Source is the origin, the beginning, where the power comes from, where the power lies. And because in my own personal paradigm, I am made in God's image, I am focused on, he and I are one, all of those things, the power lies with the source. And the source creates resource. So you can see that if you start treating money as source, then all of a sudden, money has the power. Money is how you define your identity. Money is where you get to feel good about yourself. And therefore, money is where you get to feel bad about yourself. Money, if it's not enough, oh my gosh, you're in big trouble. Can you see how that tiny word re, and again, I won't bore you with the etymology of the word source and resource. That's for another time, I'm sure. But can you see how powerful it is, that tiny little switch, when you forget what is source and you make money source instead, as opposed to resource, as opposed to tool, as opposed to opportunity, as opposed to something that is at your disposal, within your control, something that can be made more of. Let me know in the chat, ladies, that you're picking up what I'm putting down, because this has been such a game-changing reminder for me. The powerful truth is that the wobbles will come when you start thinking of cash flow as source rather than resource. Cash flow is resource, always, in all ways. It can never be source. It can never be the thing that saves you, the thing that brings you safety, the thing that makes you feel better, the way you understand to define yourself. But I tell you what, as I say that, let me know in the chat if that is how you've been thinking. I'm this kind of person because of this amount of money. I'm in trouble if I don't have enough money. Things are, dicey and terrible, and I'm a certain type of person because of this type of money. And don't hear what I'm not saying, because yes, God is my source, and He has blessed me with hands and feet and mind and mouth, and I got work to do. Like the days of dropping manna from heaven haven't been around for a little while. So at no point am I waiting for Him to come and give to me what He has given me the power to create for myself. So it's me that takes radical responsibility. It's me that recognizes that He gives me the power to create safety, to create security, to create wealth, and to create that cash flow. But the source piece of the puzzle lies with Him and I. It absolutely never lies with the cash. Never lies with the cash. And yet when you forget that, or when you lose sight of that, wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble. Oh my gosh, life is X or Y or Z. I am X or Y or Z because of what I'm seeing about the money. Can you see how that's like tiny little shift away from source into resource, when money becomes, and we view money correctly as resource, oh my goodness, life changes, everything changes. Life changes, results change, bank accounts change, businesses change, impact changes, futures change. Because it is a resource, and it is a resource we are supposed to gather. It is a resource we are supposed to have under our control. We are supposed to master. As I said before, I absolutely, in my paradigm of belief, My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. But the great thing about that is the 2 hands and the 2 feet and the mind and the mouth he gave me to make it happen. Please do not get it twisted. We, God and I, team God and Yinka, we are source in my world. Team, whoever you believe in and you, source in yours. That's the source, never the money. Anytime you try and get your identity, how you feel about yourself, your safety, your security from money, that is where you are going to have cash flow wobbles every time, because you will make it mean what it cannot possibly mean. You will start seeking worthiness where worthiness doesn't exist, and it will leave you looking for love in all the wrong places. Which is a definition of a cash flow wobble if ever I've heard one. You can't find your worthiness in money because it isn't there. You can't find your safety in money because it isn't there. You cannot find security in money because it isn't there. And if you don't believe me, have a look at the people who have that money, that wealth that we so aspire to, and who are still miserable, who are literally unaliving themselves, who are making a spectacle of their lives. I don't want to say a mess because it's not for me to judge their life choices, but truly, they are not happy. They're not creating the opportunities that they can. And yet there are other people who have just as much wealth, and their results and their experience is totally different because they've understood and put wealth and money in the right place. It is resource. And as long as you continue to tell your story, tell yourself a story that cash flow is source, that money is source, and that everything will be all right just so long as you are setting yourself up for ongoing and repeated cash flow wobbles. Now, as I said to you before, this is the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. This is not something I'm going to say this to you today, and you're going to be like, yes, Yinka is speaking truth, and I love to hear it. And you might forget before you go to sleep at night. And that's okay. Like I said, we're humans. We're not robots. We do not have to be perfect in this. But what we do have to do is make some decisions. Because fundamentally, as I said, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And so if we want to stay free, we need to continue to be aware. And that is where, yes, being aware all the time. I'm not asking for hyper alertness and high levels of cortisol and flight or fright all the time. That's the power of community. That's the power of being in places where your environment helps you to remember who you are and what money is. I pursue my money hard. I do. But I pursue it because it's resource. And on the days when I have my own money wobbles and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making it mean something it's not, I've put myself in community and spaces to help to remind and reflect back to me the truth. And the truth is that money is always resource and never source. And the more I want to continue to create powerful change in this world, the more I need to remember and hold it in the position of resource and continue to go back to source in order to be the best of me and in order to gather as much of the resource as I can. And I'm excited. I really am, because everything changes when you recognize the source of your cash flow wobble. And it's really as simple as you took money out, you put money in the wrong department. Money is the resource department. Money is the tool department, along with the spanners and the hammers. Money is not in the worthiness, in the source, in the who you are, in the value of you. It's not in that department. It's got nothing to do with that. But we are socialized over and over again to believe those narratives. And that is the reason why we need to ensure that we keep ourselves in spaces that we don't fall for that narrative. And so, my one actionable tip for you today, before I share the birthday stuff and the prizes and the opportunities and all the things, is to have a look. If you are having a cash flow wobble, then ask yourself, where am I making money to be the source rather than the resource? Where am I telling myself a story that this money is the be all and end all? Where have I given it unnecessary importance because I've forgotten truly, and this is what it comes to, because I've forgotten who I am? Money can never be more important than you. Money can never be more powerful than you. Money can never be more value than you. That's like straight facts. Anything that tells you anything other than that is speaking falsehood. And yet, day after day after day, how many times do we continue to burn through our well-being to try and create wealth? Where do we sacrifice things that really matter to create something that's temporary? How are we showing up for ourselves and our dreams? How are we showing up to demonstrate the truth of what we really believe? Where are we treating money as though it is source, the source of our self-belief, the source of our safety, the source of our security? Where are we treating money as though it's that? Where are we not investing? Because we desperately want to hold on to it because God forbid we should spend it. No. Money's a resource. It's supposed to be on assignment. You like holding on to it for dear life instead of planting it to help it grow is part of what is causing your experience around money at this time. There will always be more money. There will always be more money. I'm going to say it again. There will always be more money. Cash is supposed to flow, so let it flow. And allow yourself to see yourself in the truth of who and how you are. Way more important, way more valuable, way more powerful than any money on the planet. Let me know, ladies and gents, that you are picking up what I'm putting down. I am about to share a little bit of insight for you. For those of you who joined since I began, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to share this insight with you. And as I said at the start, we are over here in Cala Towers, Cashflow HQ. We are celebrating a birthday. One of my tiny humans is celebrating his birthday today. And I'm always about giving gifts. Whenever my children or I are celebrating, I use that as an opportunity to share gifts out into my audience as well. So the gifts I have for you are as follows. Number one, for those of you who've been watching my content, I'm currently recruiting into my brand new, ever so awesome offer called Inevitable Cashflow. This is for women in business who want to make cash flow inevitable in their business. Now, this is an offer that is group. And it eventually, I'm recording it live I'm calling in a creator cohort. So the creator cohort has the opportunity to ask for extra insight, information, knowledge, all of those things. Really excited about those who are stepping in on the creator cohort flex. But as I said, it is a group offering. But for anybody who wants to step into that offer today, I will also offer you a bonus laser one-to-one cash flow session. Now, a bonus laser one-to-one cash flow session with me is more than the price of Inevitable Cashflow in full. But I love my boy, and I love to celebrate and honor everything, every good and amazing thing that has been brought into our lives as a result of my excellent kiddo. So yeah, ladies, if you are excited and you're like, should I jump in? Today is a great day to jump in. You get a bonus one-to-one with me. And as I said, this is not a group, this is not a one-to-one offering, it's a group offering. So one-to-ones are incredibly precious. But I'm offering that as a gift for anyone who's stepping into that offer. That's number one. Number two, for those of you who are like, oh, Yinka, I know that I've been, not really doing what I need to be doing on the cash flow front. And to be honest, I've been guessing and I've been faffing around on the cash flow front. I did a masterclass, the very last free masterclass in my business ever. I did that the week before last, and the video for that had now gone in the vault. So now it is a paid resource in my business. But for anyone who drops the word gift in the comments or in my DMs, I will make that replay of that masterclass available to you. The masterclass was called Stop Guessing, Stop Faffing, and Make Your Cash Flow. So if you drop the word gift to me, either in the comments or the DMs, I will make that replay available to you for free. And I'll give you 2 days, not one, but I'll give you 48 hours to watch it. For those of you who joined the masterclass live, you can share in the chat, let them know how you found it. Trust me, ladies and gents, there's a whole FAF matrix in there. You are not going to want to sleep on this particular masterclass. People have already come along and paid to get access to the replay, but I am watching it. I'm making it available for free over the next 48 hours if you step in before midnight tonight UK time. So if you would like to check out that masterclass, please drop the word gift in the comments. Thank you, Nicole. I see your gift there. I will slide into your DMs and give you that information. If you want to jump into Inevitable Cash Flow and grab yourself a whole laser cash flow session free of charge, one-to-one with me. Sharon says those laser sessions are amazing. Trust me when I tell you, it does not take me a long time to help you make magic with your cash flow. So definitely jump on those sessions. Then yes, please drop the letters IE in the comments or DMs. I can give you the information about Inevitable Cash Flow. And if you jump in, again, before the end of the day, you get the opportunity to have that laser session with me. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining me live. Ladies, Nicole, Jackie, Stacey, Sharon, Joe, Kath, Nene, honestly, so many incredible. Ilsa, lovely to have you here. I've been so grateful to be able to spend a little slice of time with you on my boy's birthday today. And I look forward, ladies who are already in my spaces, go into our group spaces. I've already shared a birthday offer for you in there as well. I shall not be leaving you out. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you all in the spaces. So take care. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Tag a friend who needs to see this video and needs to really get to deal with those cash flow wobbles. And I look forward to seeing you in the spaces. Take care. Have a good one. Gift for the masterclass replay, i.e. to find out and step into Inevitable Cash Flow and get a free one-to-one. And I look forward to seeing you in the spaces. Take care. Have a good